All right, it's time to finish up our fiction stories. And remember, we started the very first day with beginning and the end in mind and coming up with what our character's going to be, what our setting's going to be, what our problem and solution. Then we went to the first day and I started writing my story. Remember, you're writing your own story. And I chose to write mine about Molly. And I said, it was Molly's 5th birthday and she had just gotten a brand new bike. So I told you who my character is, when it was happening, her 5th birthday, and where, out in front of her house, because you can see that in the picture. Then I moved into the middle of the story, and in the middle of the story, whereas in the beginning you tell the character's setting, in the middle you tell what the problem is and how the problem happened. And I had already planned out on my planning sheet that the problem is going to be that she was having trouble riding her bike. So I wrote, later that day, which is one of the sentence starters we found on our chart, later that day, Molly was sad because she tried to ride her bike 10 times and she kept falling off. And I made my illustration show that too. The sun was a little further down in the sky. She's obviously fallen off and she's showing that she's sad, okay? And so today we're gonna finish up our story with the solution. What happened to solve Molly's problem in my story, or what happened to solve your main character's problem in her story? And I had already planned out on my planning sheet that it was gonna be her dad comes to help her. So I said, I'm gonna say, then her dad saw her and came out to help her. Okay, so then is capital T because it's the beginning of a sentence. T-H for the N, that's a sight word. Her is H-E-R. E-R goes er. Dad, we know is D. Ad. Saw. Saw is one of our sight words we learned this week. S-A-W, saw. Then her dad saw her. There's her again, H-E-R. And there's another sight word. Look at all of the sentences you could write with the sight words. And came, another sight word. If you know your sight words, you're ready to write the sentence. Out, we learned yesterday, O-U goes out, and then T goes t. Out to, now sound out help. H, E-L-L-L, help. It's got to have an E in there because every word has to have a vowel. If you just put the L, it'll be help. Help. Her. I've finished my thought, so I put a period. And I can give a little more details on how to help her. How he helped her. I can say, he held her bike and taught her to ride. He held her bike and taught her to ride. So capital H, because it's the beginning of a new sentence, because there's a period here, so the next letter has to be capital. He held, held, in this case, not help, not with a P, held her, H-E-R again, bike is B-I-K, but this is bick. How do we make it say I? We add a sneaky E, and sight word, taught, ought her to ride, ride. No, that's id. How do I make it say I? I put an E at the end. Period. And then we can end our sentence with, finally, we can use one of our ending words here. Finally, she was happy. Finally, she was happy. So finally, she was, is that sight word that doesn't look like the way it sounds? Happy. So, let's clap it. Happy. So hap is first, hap, and then P. P. And what makes the E sound in the word? A Y, happy. And we can put an exclamation mark. And then you just got to make your illustration match what the words say. So again, there's a road. We put our yellow lines for the dashes in the road because we want to give all the details we can in our illustration. We know sidewalks are usually gray, so we make a sidewalk beside the road. We put the lines between the little parts of the sidewalk. She's out by her house, so we draw her house with the roof as a triangle with the things on the roof like our roofs have. We gave it a door because houses have doors. We gave it a windows because houses have windows. See the details we're adding? And then she's out there with her dad this time. So we show her on her bike. So we're gonna put her little skirt like this and her little body. And then we're gonna have her bike. And we're gonna have the handles coming up like this and her sitting on her seat. You can see her seat underneath of her bike. And then her wheels of her bike. And wheels can look like that if you want to. Wheels of her bike, right? And she even have this little thing coming up on the back of her bike. And then her arms could be going, holding her bike. And then behind her, remember, was going to be her dad. So her dad, let me get some of the arms up, could have his arms, he's going to be beside her here, and he's going to be reaching out and helping her. See, there he is, helping her. And we're going to give the dad some pants. He has some pants on. So there's his legs behind her helping. And then we'll give them heads, because it's kind of weird if they don't have heads. Here's his head, here's her head. And her dad has black hair in my mind. So I'm going to give him some black hair. There's her dad. And they both have eyes and noses. And then they're both smiling now because he's smiling because he's helping, and she's smiling because she's learning. And she's got her fun hair. She's Fun Molly, remember? Fun Molly! Fun Molly! Right? And there she is. And you can even add speech bubbles. Remember how we talked about adding speech bubbles? And she could be saying things like, wee, right? And he could be saying things like, go, Molly! Right? And there they are, happy. And then remember, it's later in the day, so we can even make our sun a little lower in the ground, and the sun could be starting to get to where it's almost nighttime, going a little lower into the ground to show it's later in the day in our picture. And there we go. If you look at our whole story, it was Molly's 5th birthday, and she had just gotten a brand new bike. Later that day, Molly was sad because she tried to ride her bike 10 times and she kept falling off. Then her dad saw her and came out to help her. He held her bike and taught her to ride. Finally, she was happy. And there we go. We have a problem and a solution. Oh, you know what? Lindsay just said, and she's right, guys. I don't have any legs on Molly. So it's like she's not even pedaling. We got to put some pedals on there. We got to put some legs on it. Good catch, Linz. There's got to be the pedals that Molly's pedaling. Good job, Linz. You're right. I had no legs for her pedaling. Okay. We need to put the pedals back on this one, so that's something I could do to correct it. Good job. Like it, Linz. Very smart. All right, there you go, guys. I hope you finish up your story with a good ending, making sure that it tells the solution in the problem and how Molly or whoever your main character in your story is, finally ended up feeling. Because my character changed from being really happy to being a little sad to being really happy again. And I hope yours is a happy story too, but it's okay if it's not, because this is fiction. It can be anything you want it to be.